It's Gemini Bill, now man here. Once again with the drunken news. I was sipping on my drink. I said to myself, "Who we was talking about this?" I was D.L. Hughley. Watch this. Talking about Auntie Monique. See, it says D.L. Hughley chews Monique out for her Club Shay Shay interview. Monique is a liar. How do you have sweet babies and your own babies don't F with you? And that's deep. Now, for those of you that don't know, Monique has been kind of controversial over the past couple of years. Going back to her time, I think it was, what did she do? Was it she was on the Breakfast Club trying to boycott Netflix. Now, she was right about the industry. She was wrong about boycotting Netflix. You can't boycott something that's cheap. You know what I mean? And with us as blacks, we don't really stick up for each other like that. So she's been kind of infamous after that. And then talked about not getting paid. Tyler Perry, Oprah, and everybody was mad at her. But in reality, you see Taraji come around crying because she didn't get paid. But really, there's only two types of people in the world. You got employees and you got bosses. Employees and employers, pretty much. And they chose to be, black people are too employees all the time. We're never really employers as far as owning these big companies. So because of that, we're not getting paid as much. And now people are starting to see it her way. But D.L. Hughley doesn't see it her way because he's saying that she lied on him. And Club Shay Shay is Shannon Sharpe. Go look him up. Club Shay Shay. It's on YouTube. But I'm going to get into this video right here. It says, the reason lies and false narratives continue to go on and circulate is because if they go unchecked, what you're not going to do is call me out my name and not get checked. Monique is a liar. She is constantly throwing the rock and hiding the hand. You don't get to tear people down and then soften the blow by calling them brother, sister, sweet baby. That's not love. Far from it. I'm sure I thought he loved Tina too. Apologize. Talking about Ike and Tina. Apologize. I would never forgive or forget the way you try to manipulate my daughter's trauma to fit your sick narrative. I don't play when it comes to mine because I love my family for real, and they actually love me back. Team DL. Now, what he's saying is her kids don't love her because she chose to be a star. But we'll see what happens. Let's see this.
Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just...
After the whole Cat Williams thing, it is getting messy.
It's that. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy-ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something. Or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do it got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay. She tells the story.
That's terrible.
She came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she said she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints, I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't, because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who has a comedian talks as much shit about everybody else as she does. She has the merit to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about it. But what you will find is Monique talking.
Now, this is crazy, right? Because ever since Cat Williams said what he said, and I love Cat Williams, but ever since he said what he said, it's like all the comedians are going after one another. It's like 2024 just got set on some BS. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they're coming for each other. And these people are brilliant and they're funny people. So it's crazy when funny people got an issue because they're gonna be throwing haymakers at each other. Now, in this little message that I read before, he was talking about how try to talk bad about his daughter's situation with being molested. Let's see if he talks about it here.
About some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story.
He's talking about some old. She's mad at him because she was supposed to open up for him or something like that, and you know she is a legend in her own right, but so is D.L. Hughley, and he's been doing stand up continuously. She hasn't.
Then in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested, and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren. Because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you...
Now, I think that's low. I think when you sitting here and you talking about somebody being taken advantage of and you trying to twist it in a certain way, I think that's very low. Even if you don't like a person, that's something I wouldn't talk about. But if you don't care about a person, you can't expect them to care about you. Now, she had a bad life too as a kid. I think she was taken advantage of by her brother, and her dad wanted money, and her mom wanted money, and they was bad people. She talked about Oprah and how Oprah did an interview with her family back in the day. So it was unfortunate for her. But I would have to hear the context she's using this in. But he's making it seem like she went on a a stand-up comedy run in front of him and talked bad about his family. To be honest with you, I would have knocked her the F out. To be honest with you, I'm not good enough. If something happened to one of my kids and you talking bad, I'm gonna do something to you. Even if you're a woman, I'm gonna knock your teeth out your head. So I think she knew to do it to the right person. If this is really what happened, I think that's kind of low to do, especially if you've been through it too. And I see people in the comments saying, didn't he said he didn't believe his daughter, he believed his friend. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I have to do my research.
Us for real, when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay. And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by.
Now he's talking about how her parents basically was bad parents, I guess.
Others. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she would spend as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history. Because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people. Except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you, not even your family? How do you, I was on the road, get it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't. And so all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you don't talk by yourself. There's a reason you gotta pay a man to love you. It's sad.
There's a reason why you gotta pay a man to love you. I don't know. Him and DJ Vlad had a conversation about, I think it was like when men, Tyler Perry said something about men, if a man contributes, you should be with him. Meaning like if he could just pay the bill, like the, not bill, like the light bill, you should be with him. And he was like, if he not, D.L. Hughley and DJ Vlad was saying, if he's not providing, what is he doing? And I kind of believe the same thing. I always say a woman's not going to love you for you. She only going to love you for how you treat her and what you do for her. And nobody likes when I say that, but it's true. No mature woman is going to be with a man that can't do nothing for her. Now, he's saying that she has such an issue with love that she had to pay her husband to be with her and pay her dad to be around her. And that her kids didn't deal with her because she chose to be a star over be a mother. You know, this guy cheated on his wife. I think he made a baby on the side. And he told all this, too. Allegedly, his friend took advantage of his daughter. I don't know that story. I wish him the best. And his kids and his wife still love him. So he must be doing something right. He did some things wrong, but he must have did a lot right, you know?
They said, you can't buy love. It's a shame on me that you probably always will have to. Well, Club Shay Shay is getting...
Now, he hit her where it hurt. Now, I haven't seen the interview yet, and I'm going to watch it. And I don't really know if I can show interviews of Club Shay Shay like that without getting flagged or something. Because currently, you haven't seen me make videos a lot because YouTube been coming for me. So I'm like on probation till like March 5th. You know what I mean? Like, so I've been on probation for a while now. So I've been kind of slowing down on the videos. But he's saying some heavy hitting stuff. And I don't think she was all the way. This stems from the whole thing she said about Tyler Perry and everything back a while back. Now, I don't think she was all the way wrong about that. But I do think sometimes people get a little bit entitled. Meaning, like, you think these people are supposed to pay you just because you did X, Y, and Z. You think D.L. Hughley is supposed to roll over for you just because you did X, Y, and Z. And you see that a lot because I think her manager is her husband. So, of course, the husband going to tell you exactly what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? You see that a lot. You saw that with, was it Escape? With the Escape. One of the sisters, her husband is the manager, and some money came up missing. And I think he was cheating on her as well or something. The sister's like, look, get rid of him. He getting in the way of family. You know what I mean? But she won't get rid of him because she got kids with him. It gets tricky like that. Once you have kids with somebody, even if you don't love them, you'll love the idea of having a family. So you just going to put up with a lot, especially if they blowing smoke up your butt. Ooh, excuse me. You know what I mean? But I think Monique, I don't think is a terrible person. I don't think is a bad person. But I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire. I think a lot of people are going to go at D.L. Hughley just because Monique's a woman. And they say he didn't have that same type of smoke with Kat. But then again, if Kat didn't say nothing about your kids, then why would you? You know, but that's just me. But get in the comment box, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about this situation. I'd like to see what happens here. And I'm going to keep bringing you the story as it unfolds. I'm Gemini Bill, now man. And until next time, this has been your Drunken News.